Hello, people of the internet. So, it's time to start working on the Grand Cherokee. And we've had the Grand Cherokee for a while. It's got like 125,000, 130,000 miles on it. And strut finally gave out on it. The suspension is entirely OEM Chrysler in every way possible. A couple of the ball joints, well, nothing's loose, nothing's bad. At that much mileage, and you can tell everything's original, it's time to do a major overhaul. So I'm gonna break this up into pieces, but I got to do the rear suspension, the front suspension. I'm also going to do spark plugs and an engine cooler upgrade. I got the Dorman engine cooler to get rid of that plastic one that's in there, because while it's never been replaced according to all the service records I've got, you know, the 3.6s, those things just self-destruct with that oil cooler, and it's time to go. So here's kind of the plan. I got a pile of parts. I made a couple of really small strut spacer plates, because remember, this is the wife's car. Kid gets in and out of it, not going crazy, but I couldn't just go bone stock. Everything that I could find based on measurements of production plates, basically double whatever the thickness is you're using. So like the ones that advertise 2.5 to 3 inches, they're right at around 1.25 inches thick or tall when it's all said and done. So what I did was, or what my plan is, I did not buy new rear coils. I am going to double up on the top coil isolator, which will get me about, I measured it the other day and now I can't remember what it is. It'll be right around 5/16 of an inch thick, 8 mil, right in that ballpark. I took some 1/4 inch thick 6061 aluminum and cut out strut spacers for the front, just top plates, you know, and so it should get me about a 1/2 inch in the front and around, you know, what is that? 10/16, 5/8 of an inch in the back. So we'll see where it goes. You know, it's a lot of work. It's going to take a while. This thing's one of those, you know, fine German engineered. We've got 10,000 ball sockets and arms and things of that nature. And let's see what we got for parts. So I'm hoping that the pile of parts starts to dwindle down. Mostly Moog, Dorman. I did get KYB quick struts, KYB rear shocks. I have really good luck with those on daily drivers. I just like them. If you don't, go buy something else. We got Moog parts. We got Dorman parts. We got these TTXs. I think these are from Mivotech is who actually makes them. I know they're out of China, but I've been running these for a while in a couple different vehicles, and they seem to really hold up very well. Like, they're in my Dodge, and they hold up really well to just abuse, like heavy loads, things like that. KYB strut mounts, all the isolators. They came in like, you know, I bought 4. They came in boxes. So I'm going to just reuse one of the old ones, but these will be, they take the same isolator top and bottom on the spring. More arms, end links over there. Got some Denso coil boots, Bosch air filter. There's the Dorman oil cooler. And somewhere over in that pile of stuff, I have some spark plugs for the thing. Maybe. I probably forgot to buy spark plugs. That would be what I would do. I probably forgot to buy spark plugs. But yeah, there's all the stuff for the front. And now I guess it's time to get that pig up in the air. Let's start with the back, because you always just start with the back. Let's start with the back. I'm going to leave it in, hold on, I'm going to flip the camera over. So I'm going to leave it free hanging, unloaded. The suspension's going to be unloaded while I'm working on it. And then when it comes time to get everything nice and tight and complete, then I'll load the suspension up, torque all the bolts, and put the wheels on and, you know, move to the front end. But let's see if, let's see if this stuff works. That's old school, doubling up isolators and things like that. Let's see if it works. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, I'm not out a super whole lot. Couple hours of time. That's it. Gives you something to do, right? All right, let's get a different camera set up, and we'll come back later. All right, so we've started tearing stuff apart. Here's the wonderful world of WK2 rear suspension. So this arm here is on an eccentric back there at the diff mount, or the rear subframe, I guess. And this arm up here, sorry, I'm trying to reposition that arm up there, is also an eccentric. So these are your two alignment points. The lower control arm is fixed, and the front curved rod is also fixed. So you want to make sure that when you're taking this apart, you properly mark in a way that you can see where this eccentric is, so that you can get things into roughly correct alignment, so that you can get to an alignment shop and have it fixed. The upper spring mount is close enough to what Moog sent that I'm okay with it. The lower spring mount, I probably can't get in there. I'll show it better later once the spring's out. The lower spring mount is definitely different than what Moog sent, but I'm not going to say that it isn't, what they sent isn't usable. I don't have it apart enough for that yet. I had to break out the death wheel and get the upper sway bar link off, because these bullshit pieces just rounded and nothing would come apart. And before anybody goes, oh, it's Ohio rust. No, this truck is actually from southeastern Virginia, and this is what's called living spitting distance from the Atlantic Ocean rust. Okay, there's a bit of a difference. While they accomplish the same task, there is a bit of a difference. Rear strut is out. The strut mount, the rest of it's over there. The strut mount had seen better days. The bump stop was crumbly. And while this does still sort of kind of compress and expand, it doesn't do it as properly as it should. So at the very least, I know that strut is bad because I can feel it. This shock is definitely bad because I can see it. Sway bar links were seized up, and most of these bushings and stuff were loose and whatnot. The ABS line did come out, the sensor did come out, but I was really questioning it there for a minute. What else have we done? Let me flip camera over. And about the only other things that we've managed to accomplish is I was smart enough to order 2 left-hand side lower control arms. Yeah, that doesn't do shit on the right. So I'm waiting to get that taken care of. I've had these parts for a good number of months now. I keep getting setbacks, and so things are questionable. I'm probably gonna have to buy another one. That's my fault. It's whatever. I also noticed I did not buy either front lower control arm assembly. I went ahead and got those on order. I'm gonna have to go find the rear shock bump stops and probably a boot kit, which I didn't see one available. I don't remember if I saw one available when I was ordering these parts or not. I ordered these parts months and months ago, back in like mid-June, and it's now the beginning of September, and we've just had a lot of stuff going on, and things just keep getting pushed to the side. So all I can do is keep trucking, see what I can get taken apart. I'm going to focus on the driver's side. I'm pointing and I'm not in camera, so you can't see it. I'm going to focus on the driver's side, because I do have all the parts for the driver's side, so might as well focus on that. And then I'll probably take a break and try to figure out what to do about the bump stop and boot. Because the boot cover is pretty well seized up to that old shock mount for the passenger side, and I don't think it's coming off of there without cutting. So that's going to have to get fixed. All right, so we'll figure out this doodadish stuff and come back later. Well, ye trusty driver's side did not fare much better. Sway bar end link cut off. Like I say, I'm replacing the control arm, so I'm not worried about the lower. But unfortunately, on this one, the ABS sensor did not fare as well. So gonna need an ABS sensor. This spring isolator piece here, these just wrap around the coils. I've actually got some universal ones in a box somewhere. I'll probably just take and try to match something up, see what I got. So that's gonna need to be replaced. But you know, CV shafts did, well, I don't know. CV shafts are free in the spindle, so that's always nice. Kind of see down there, it's a little worse for wear, so I'll need to get more of this apart, see what I can figure out. I still got to get in here and mark all my eccentrics, get all that done. So let's see what we can get. Let's see what else breaks next time. All right, and the brakes are off. We're back on the driver's side, and the parking shoes actually have a good bit of meat on them. I just cleaned them up. Everything looks decent, and this side especially, the other side a little bit, this side especially, this has the ultra rare unbonded brake shoe. So you knew you could get riveted and then you could get chemically bonded. This is the unbonded brake shoe. So I'm gonna have to order some parking brakes. I guess at this point I might as well order damn wheel hubs too. I mean, it's the only thing just about that I didn't order. That and CV shafts. How's that CV shaft look? Huh. Might need to get in there and check that. Oh, fun, fun, fun. This is the glories of owning a high mileage vehicle. Well, I guess it's not all that high mileage by most things these days. But I'll stop whining. We'll get back to working. All right, we're pulling a ripcord on this party today. So, like with most things, you know, plans are plans, things don't go right. So, ABS sensor broke and brake shoes are unbonded. Well, parking brake shoes are unbonded. Let's see here, we'll walk out, see if I can get a good picture of it. Sorry about the sunlight, it's bright, it's sunny, I don't control the sun. Flip the camera around. So, the tow rod here has an eccentric up in there. Oh, no, nope, not gonna come in. So, I've got the holding nut off of the back there, and yeah, it won't come out. It's seized up in the bushing, which is just one of those things. It's why I beat the dead horse of always put anti-seize on the shoulders of the bolts that go into steel or any type of metal bushing. It's going to be metal to metal contact in a pivot point like that. Just put anti-seize on it. Let's get out. We'll talk about the other not going to happen. Well, just not as advertised. So Moog advertises this here part number K160059. It is listed as the top and bottom spring isolator for the rear. That is the lower spring isolator. You can see it has a nice little place to catch the pigtail on the spring. This is the upper spring isolator. It also has a nice little place to catch the pigtail on the spring. These are what that Moog part number look like. Now, I will still be able to use it as a spacer. I'll cut this boot thing off, just set it on top, because it does almost fit in there. If I cut that off, it'll fit fine. And it does fit on the, I'm moving stuff around. It fits on the stump on the body. So it'll be fine. Let's see, that eccentric came out well. And yeah. So we're just calling it quits for today. I need to back up and regroup. I already placed the order for the control arm pieces. Now I got to go place an order for some ABS. I think I might go ahead and do the wheel hubs while I'm in there. I'm going to price them out and see how bad it is. At this point, you know, what difference does it make? It's just money. You can't take it with you. Trust me, I know. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. Go out, get a project, have fun with it, do something you like to do, and always remember, no matter how much preparation work you put into this kind of stuff, little bullshit like this always happens. What's the meme? Every 15-minute job is one broken bolt away from being a 6-day event. one of those deals. So I got to find some cam eccentric bolts. I got to find some ABS sensors, and it's probably some wheel hubs. So, all right, get out, have fun, have a nice day.